Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I've got this week's Pick a Card Weekly Tarot reading. We just had a solar eclipse yesterday, lots of new things coming down to earth from the ether, so keep a lookout. Even new ideas or things that you haven't done before in exactly the same way are likely to come up. Now let's go to the board. Have you got your number 1 to 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First number that pops into your head now. You can pick more than one number. Let's have a look. Okay, we're doing number 1. Card number 1, making a cake. So we've got the mix master out and we're mixing all the ingredients. Okay, so this is about making whatever situation you want to make. It's not specifically a cake, but it's like the effort and the energy and creativity that you put into something and you mix it all up to get the end result. It's up to you how long you're going to mix it for and all of those details. So in other words, you're the one in control to a lot of extent. I mean, you could get a power blackout halfway through while you're baking the cake or whatever. Yeah, things happen. But you've got a fair degree of control here, how you deal with things. The card, I'm going to go back to that one. The card that comes out is the Tower card. I can't escape this card today. It just keeps coming out today. So something's coming to an end. Even if you're not happy about it, if you're being honest with yourself, you must have, maybe felt something. If you've got any kind of sensitivity or psychic ability, the eye in the sky here, your intuition must have sort of given you a clue that not all is right, but something's coming to an end. And the reason is because it's been built on shifting sands. Okay, so what you thought when you were making up your decision about constructing this idea in your mind, what you thought was going to turn out is not going to turn out. But even though it's very dramatic, the imagery, I think it's a net positive in the end. So look for the silver lining, because I feel like I always feel like this, like lightning and everything, I feel is like, the silver lining on the edge of the clouds. I feel it's a bit like that, and that something positive's going to come out of it. I would be focusing on that, and I would be letting go of this idea. Don't try to hold on to it, whatever it is. Could be a job, could be a relationship, could be an idea in your head, something that you thought was going to be, and now it's all turning to crap, basically, sorry to say. And yeah, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't have a good feeling. But keep your mind on the future as to what's possible, and look for the opportunities, okay? You have to readjust your thinking and change your perspective somewhat. And it's not comfortable, I know. I've had to do it plenty of times myself. However, it's what, you put all your eggs in this basket, and this investment of your time and energy, it's just not worth it. Major Arcana card, you can change the direction of your life now, okay? Number two, what do I see for you? Sliding doors. Remember that movie Gwyneth Paltrow? That's what I'm looking at. Remember they were going into the train, and then, she had been 30 seconds late, she wouldn't have got on the train and all of that. I don't remember it exactly now because it's probably 20 years ago now. But it's like things can change very rapidly, so just try and go with the flow. And then don't be thinking, oh, what if I had done the other? And then you've got like some remorse later on because you didn't make the other decision. You made the decision you made at the time, doing the best you could. You didn't think, oh, well, what the heck, doesn't matter if it doesn't turn out when I marry this guy. I don't think anybody thinks that, The card that comes out, I'm going for that one there, is the Nine of Wands. This is saying you're very nearly at the end of a situation, like a chapter in your book of life, and there's a new chapter coming. You could be feeling tired. You've lost motivation, you feel a bit jaded, and you just don't have energy, and you're just like, feeling down. have a rest. By all means, have a rest at the moment, and you've only got a little bit more to go. Put a little bit more effort in, and it'll be finished once and for all, and you can start the new chapter in your book. You need to rest. That seems to be the theme today. It's coming up on Facebook a lot, people writing to me of different scenarios in their life, like really serious situations, and it just keeps coming to me, like rest, because we're living in very volatile times now, and there's so much going on in the ether. There's a lot to process, and you might find your sleep quite disturbed. I certainly have been. The things you hear in the news and what's going on, especially in the US. What's going on with my finger? This finger here has just got all weird sensations while I'm talking about this. So this is all about power. This finger, the solar plexus. Oh, gee whiz. It's got pins and needles in it, and I don't know what it is, but anyway, solar plexus, it's your autonomy, your independence, and it's being threatened, especially if you're a woman. Okay, so people won't agree with me. Okay, that's my opinion, but the finger's just telling me that's what's going on. Solar plexus. It'd be good to eat orange and yellow, more yellow foods, so yellow capsicum, yellow fruits, those golden apples that are yellow. Try and get some yellow foods into you, and some yellow light, yellow flowers. Focus on the colour. Wow, that is hurting all the way. I've never had that before in my life. Focus on opening up your solar plexus, because it's like in these stressful times you want to shut down, and you could get constipation, for example. If you get that, or you get other physical symptoms, when you get physical symptoms, that you're well and truly being affected by what's going on, to the point that it's affecting your health, basically. So you've got to focus on your own independence, your own autonomy. Be careful not to get too sucked in by the news, because it is depressing, to say the very least. The card that comes out, and seriously, I won't be travelling to the US for a very long time. And if you live there, do you want to stay there? Something to consider. Okay, just looking for a card. I'm having all sorts of physical things happening here. I'm going to go with that one. In my solar plexus, I can feel it. Ace of Wands. New beginnings regarding inspiration and motivation in a very real way. This is just a couple of steps on from number 2, where you're feeling so tired, nearly at the end. And then there's the Ten of Wands, and then the Royal cards, and then we start the Ace of Wands. The cycle starts again. So even though there's been challenges in the background, sure, Spirit is offering you new inspirational energy to start again. So I said that rather glibly. Maybe consider leaving the US if you live there. Maybe it's not so far from the truth after all, because this is new beginnings. Okay, number 4, what do I see? Number 4. Oh, who's this woman here? Like a goddess type person, goddess type woman, and I can you know what she looks like? Metro Golden Mare, the sort of Greek beauty at the front. I don't even know if she's still there, but in the olden days, there would be this woman dressed in a white robe holding the torch. Maybe she's a bit like the Statue of Liberty. And that's who I can see, but she's slightly different, but that kind of along those lines. And, I know why. Because Neptune's just gone into Aries yesterday, and Neptune is associated with films and making movies. So naturally I would see something like this. So what I'm picking up is the vibe around Neptune in Aries. Okay, very spiritual energy, but in Aries is inclined to be very bold and very impulsive, and take radical actions quickly without maybe thinking about it too much. So do, be aware, and try not to go too far or too extreme. But it's a great time for getting in touch with your spirituality, and it is the start of a new cycle. Okay, I'm going to go with that one on top. It's the King of Pentacles, came out today in Facebook as well. It's all about organising your money, being very intuitive with your money, and also having a break and spending some of your money if you can afford to. Enjoy your harvest of what you've worked for. This man is very astute, but it doesn't mean in the physical world that it's necessarily a man. It could actually be a woman, to be quite honest, particularly a postmenopausal woman, somebody older, more mature, a lot more experience. Okay, so it's a very good omen. You might meet somebody like this that can help you financially or give you good advice regarding finances. They may have had a business. They're very astute and good with money. And if you don't meet anyone like this, it could be in yourself, which is always the best scenario, because it's your energy and you can control it, okay, for good. But it's a great card for your finances. Okay, so number 5. Number 5 is alive. What do I see here? Number 5. Oh gosh, what does this mean? Vietnam. If Vietnam's got any meaning to you, let me know in the comments. I really don't know why I'm getting that. And then more broadly, Southeast Asia. Maybe you're thinking of a trip to Bali or something if you're Australians. Australians always go to Bali. I don't know why. I've never been in my life. I've never been. I've got no desire to go. Okay. But there's something about... With Vietnam, there's something about restriction around what you say, freedom of speech. You can't just say anything in Vietnam. And I believe it might be closely aligned with China. So, yeah, maybe, yeah. Do you really want to go there? I don't know. Not a place I would ever go because of Vietnam War. In those days, my brother was very worried he was going to be called up, but he wasn't. But his friend was called up, because we had the draft in Australia. So yeah, maybe we could be looking at a similar situation where people are being drafted into fighting. I don't know when or in what context, but anyway, number 5, the card that comes out. This one came up this morning also on Facebook. The 10 of Wands. It's about leaving the past behind. You've already done most of the hard work. Look at this big mountain at the back here, the obstacle. You've already traversed it, got to the top, come down the other side. Now it's time to let go of the burden so you can move on with a new chapter. The 10 is the 1 and the 0, which is... I just dropped the cards everywhere. I must have a think about dropping the cards, what it actually means. The 1 and the 0, about to start a new chapter in your book of life after a period of waiting patiently, because that's the 0, that's the limbo between chapters, so to speak. Okay, so let go of the burden and move on with your life. So we've got the Tower, Wands, Pentacles, Wands. Very inspirational, motivational week coming up for a lot of people. Only one major arcana, a little bit unusual to only have one. So it's more about your regular life and your domestic situation and what you do on a daily basis. So, yeah, but you could be feeling better this week. With all that Wands energy coming through. Alrighty, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching today. Hope it's useful for you. Leave a like and a comment would be fabulous. And subscribe and be alive if you're new. Not much chance of that. Not getting a lot of reach these days with YouTube. They don't like me, but anyway, I don't care. Whatever. Have a great week, everyone. I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.